Next, I'd like to introduce Isaac Smart.
You can just pull the microphone over. It doesn't have to be real close. It'll work.
Okay. My name is Isaac Smart. I'm a senior at College Hill High School in Corvallis School District. Albert Einstein was denied college. He failed the entrance exam, is what I was going to start this passage with. But after intensive research, I found out that it really was just a twist of the truth. He was actually too young to attend the college he applied for. I'm not here to talk about the once slow child who became a physics genius. I'm here to talk about my own story and what I plan to do with my story. That is because you really do write your own destiny so long as it obeys the laws of science. I have never been good at doing homework. It's never been an argument on whether or not I was too lazy to follow through with the after-school work. I just never had the place to do it. My life at home was a little different. I shared a room with my younger brother, who at the time was 2 or 3 years old. If anyone has younger siblings, you would know how hard it is to try to work on homework when you have become a giant punching bag or a monkey gym. My mother never enforced homework either. In all honesty, I can't remember a single time where she told me to do my homework. My dad at the time wasn't around. My mom wouldn't let him around. Not often, at least. Throughout a lot of my childhood, my dad was homeless or living with his mother. When I was 8, my mom decided it was time I lived with my dad, so I moved in with Dad and Grandma. In 4th grade, my dad got a job in union construction, and we moved into our own tiny house. Homework was never enforced by him either, though I do remember doing some there. After 4th grade, we moved all over the place. Portland for that summer, Oregon City for the beginning of 5th grade, Gresham for the other half, then back to Corvallis for middle school. I never did well in middle school either. I failed nearly every one of my classes. After middle school, I moved to Canby, a pit stop on our hopeful move to Olympia, Washington. It was the beginning of summer, and I lived 3 miles out of town. My only option was to play video games. When the school year came around, I was a freshman, and I was still playing video games, but I decided to try my hardest in school. I came home and actually did my homework. After a month or so, I was in belief that my dad and I were moving out and were finally going to move to Olympia. I stopped doing homework and skipped out on major projects at school. After failing 2 out of my 5 classes, I moved back to Corvallis once again. For the next 5 semesters, I would fail every single social studies and literature class I took and skip a total of 60 days of school. That's when my counselor decided College Hill High School would be a good place for me. And it was. It really was. It went from grades that went all over the alphabet to only the first letter. In less than a year, I've raised my GPA from a 1.8 to a 2.2. That doesn't seem like much, but it means the world to me. Sadly, even if I kept up my straight A's, I still couldn't reach my goal of a 2.5 GPA. But this school has brought me more than just good grades and an improved GPA. This school has taught me how to be a good worker, to put my all into anything I do, and most of all, it has taught me how to be a good leader. I had absolutely no idea what I wanted to do with my future before I came to College Hill. I had no plans of going to college, but now I see infinite possibilities of what I can do and what I can achieve. As of earlier this year, my life goals have been based around college, and I know for a fact that both of my parents can hardly afford their own bills, let alone my college. But if I do somehow manage to get into college, I would love to major in the hands-on skills, such as welding, woodshop, autos, and construction, and then get my bachelor's degree. Shortly after getting my bachelor's, my next step would be to get my teaching license and bring these skills back to College Hill. I will go to college to learn the skills that College Hill doesn't already have. I would love to give back to the community that taught me so well. I may not be any sort of comparison to Einstein, but I'd say I'm doing pretty well. As a student who went from awful grades to straight A's and graduating with honors, it is nice to think of myself as my own little Einstein. But where I stand financially and where my GPA sits, I cannot attain my hopes and dreams of showing other kids what to look forward to in life.
Thank you very much.